Hey, and welcome to this new video about how to be emotionally supportive, which is something that is super interesting and very fun because we love the world where everybody is emotionally supportive. It's like imagine you are in a world where you feel a little down, and because everybody is like, oh, and then like all of a sudden somebody see you and like, oh, and it's just like, oh, hey, you're okay? Are you okay? Oh yeah, I have been there, but like, I don't know how it could be for you. Like, do you want to talk about it real quick? Do you know who you can contact to talk about it? It's like, I'm here with you. And then like just having this, you're like, hey, thank you. I love you. And then after crying for a little while, because thanks to your emotionally supportive friends, that crying is okay, that feeling angry is okay at time, and so you let it go, you embrace the emotion, and afterwards you're just like, ah, that was a rodeo. Wow, this person just helped me so good. Like, it was not much, but like, wow. And then rest of the day, super happy. Isn't it something that you want? Yeah. No? Yeah? Tell me like in comments if you like this or not. I am Arno Raval Guli. As you can see, hey, shiny, with the full moon for the second video as a guest, the full moon of November 2020. And it's another episode of how to be emotionally supportive, and today we talk about setting boundaries. Setting boundaries is a topic that is super important, notably at work. And this is why there are some Stalk Yourself products there is one book about setting boundaries. Ooh, sorry, my brain now is like freezing a little. Rewind. So there is one book on setting boundaries on Stalk Yourself. Why? On Stalk Yourself? Whatever. Why? Because, for instance, when you're a people pleasing person, with a person experiencing people pleasing patterns, you don't know where to set boundaries. Or at work, you don't know where to set boundaries because perhaps you're gonna get fired and you don't want to be fired because you want the money every week or every day or every half week or every month or blah. So you just don't set boundaries. And as well, with some people, when you start to put some limits, they're starting to get upset. I know that very well with my family. So it's important to learn to set boundaries, and sometimes getting technical at one thing, it helps just to detach yourself from it and just do it without feeling hurt. So yeah, this content right now is I still have my brain attacked right now, so it's a bit complicated to stay focused, you know. With so I need to recenter myself all the time. I guess I will redo this video later on, but for now I need to keep moving, because I need to get the channel rolling. Mm-mm-mm. To get the money rolling. Mm-mm-mm. To get the content rolling. Mm-mm-mm. To get the matching rolling. Mm-mm-mm. and then I will see what's up. But yeah, I just need to keep moving, and this is it. Then it's gonna be improved. So you are like in the behind the scenes of Stalk Yourself, the wellness engineering company that has started right now. So yeah, let's say that you have like a full exclusive, and that by 10 years you would be like, oh yeah, I remember, they were in this video that is not online anymore. They were like talking about this trouble, this thing on cybersecurity and the agents and blah, that they had like this thing with their mind, and at this moment, I didn't really get it, but now I do get it, and yeah, I have seen it. So yeah, you have the exclusive tonight of Arno Revalguli being attacked by a cyber stalker. Woo! Yeah, so I guess I will just go simple about it, be remain authentic and go simple about it, and just read the article and see what's up. And one other thing as well, that before starting, that I wanted to add. Yeah, now I remember. This is a content right now that is improving, like in design you have something that is called the process of continuous discovery, as well as the iterative innovative process, something that I have studied with MIT online, MITx online, and it's all about having the main structure, the main guideline, and then as you go you improve. And the article, the posts that were on LinkedIn, the line of posts, how to be emotionally supportive, that were on LinkedIn, were following as well this thing of continuous improvement, and the design iterative process, innovative process of just doing the thing, and then you feedback with yourself, you put it out there, you see the feedback from the people, from the audience, from you, and then you improve accordingly. And as well you get inspiration, and you go about some critical thinking about what you've done. You stalk yourself a little to be sure that you improve yourself, to improve the quality of insight and content delivered to you, and to then be proud of yourself. And so yeah, this is my emotion. This is very organic, and the post then will evolve, as well as this structure. Right now I am trying to figure out how to make it work as well, and what works best or not. And in the other videos I was starting to feedback on myself. I have done it, I think it was like 6 times. Yeah, I think six times, because it was the sixth burst, and so I was feeling a little insecure. And now I know that it's alright, and that I can just ship the content. Right now I'm just recording like another video in a row, So the past video, which was about taking care of yourself, this one is recording straight after, and I keep showing at the moon, somehow pointing at the moon. And so yeah, I'm figuring things out. So I hope that you can bear with me and that you can as well enjoy the process. And I hope as well that it frees yourself a little better, a little more in your life, in launching whatever you want to launch, because it doesn't need to be super perfect. No, even though I am a perfectionist myself, I love when things are very well done and very thorough and very polished. If you look at the articles on regenerative organizational defense, you can see what I'm talking about here. It's like those articles are like mother flinker ass. Oops. Mother flinker cis long, and so, and like very well designed, and just like mwah. So I'm very happy about them. It's a lot of work, but like it has been a lot of work, but I'm super happy because I learned a lot from those, and I know that it's as well an investment, and it's how I build authority. So you know, we do things good because we want things to go super well for this planet, right? So yeah, being experimentative is super important. Exploring is super important. It's one of the principles of Stalk Yourself, exploring. So this is why I authorize myself today to let loose, so that I know that at some point I will be able to pick a little of this and pick a little of that and get inspired by this and get inspired by that, and that mix it all up together and just continue to, like, find the most appropriate way. And if you think that there are some stuff that are very good that you very much enjoy in the videos, or that you find funny or whatever, please let me know in comments. If you would like me to elaborate more on subtopic, because I have been a little too elusive, evasive, a little too vague, or because you think that it has gone like too quickly, it passed by too quickly, and or if you would like me to approach a certain topic more in depth, please, it's a collaboration with you and me right now. The point is that we are together, like we are one planet, right? We are one freaking planet. We are one freaking universe, but we are one freaking planet. All right? And the point is not only that I like deliver you all the ideas that are passing by my head, because like there are so many, and like there are so many topics that can be approached. The point is as well to do it so that you are as well like getting something out of it. And if you tell me what you want, what you need, which is as well a way to be emotionally supportive, to understand the needs and the wants of the others, if you tell me what you need, what you want, I will be able then to develop some content about it and to deliver you the insight that you need, right? Is that something that you want? If yes, think about it, or write it below in comment right now, and remember to like or subscribe, and remember to like or subscribe right now. So this is it. Let's go about the topic of the article, which is how to set boundaries, and it's gonna be like several videos about it because it has been quite a little bit of post about it. Ooh. So, setting boundaries. How to be emotionally supportive. Set boundaries. Set boundaries according to your values. That way, you'll be able to maintain balance and stay in a good spot. So I will continue because perhaps I wanted to add something. I will like post it. Remember, I know. Post it. And then I will talk about it if it was not approach. I meant to say, I will perhaps what I thought about right now. Perhaps it's going to be approach, so I don't want to talk about it now to then repeat myself. So I put it as a post-it to come back to it if it was not approach. So boundaries are helpful if and when things become more complicated. Clarity and transparency help build trust. You make sure that both sides feel comfortable at all times. They foster psychological safety, which is beneficial professionally and personally. So, yeah, this is it. This is what I wanted to talk about. When you set boundaries, basically is to be able to have just your space of safety. And it's the same for the other person, right? There is a zone of comfort, there is another zone of comfort, and you're like, oh hey, my boundaries are here, oh hey, my boundaries are here, oh, we have a zone where we are both comfortable, look at this, it's here, woo, we can talk there about our issues or whatever, and this is what we want, right? We don't want to step here where there are some fears and some triggers about the past, whatever, and you don't want the person to just feel depressed for the rest of the night, okay? So let's just try to talk about our boundaries. Let's talk about boundaries. Let's talk about you and me. Consent is important. If it's not yes, it's no. So let's go about a few benefits of setting boundaries professionally and personally. Let's dive in. Professionally, 1. Increased. What are the benefits? So there are 4 of them that I have listed here. Professionally, boundaries help you to increase productivity, to enhance respect from colleagues, to get a clearer communication style, and to foster your professional growth. So let's go about increased productivity. Setting clear boundaries around work hours, tasks, improves focus and productivity by reducing distractions and interruptions. You trim down what matters less, like the Eisenhower matrix. Eisenhower was the president of the US who was reputed to do freaking lot of things and of important matter. And people were asking him or wondering how he could handle so many different important matters in such, I don't know, like just one life, right? And so what he was doing, nope. And so what he was, I told you, like in the other videos, the agents, they are just so freaking annoying. And now this girl, she just want to talk to me. You saw her passing by, and she just want to talk to me.
que tengas cuidado, porque tengas cuidado,
And now she's like, oh, hey, be careful of the people stealing, blah. You know, as if I would need it. Agents, secret services, they're supposed to be here to protect you, but instead they're just trying to annoy you. Yeah, you see how like it's been for so long, a year that it's been like this. So I'm like, fuck you, seriously. Flink you. I don't know if that's authorized by the algorithm. Let's say it's okay. So yeah, Eisenhower. Let's say flexible. Eisenhower. He was applying the subtractive method, as in he had like all the tasks, and they were like 4 boxes. Either it was like urgent and important, urgent and not important, not urgent and important, or not urgent and not important. So what was not urgent and not important, he was ditching it. And all the rest, he was either planning it for later, delegating it, or doing it right now. So this is the Eisenhower matrix. This is a decision-making matrix which helps you to trim down some tasks to prioritize on what matters. So, and this is a way as well to put boundaries in place. As in, if it's not urgent and if it's not important, then I set a boundary here, and I'm like saying to myself, I don't take care of it and I prioritize on the other things. And so therefore, like Eisenhower, then you can be able to handle nuclear stuff, scientific reviews, physics stuff, I think, I'm not sure, or being a president and other things at the same time, and be like a god amongst humans. So then, next one about setting boundaries. Next benefit: enhance respect from colleagues. When you set boundaries, it commands respect from coworkers and supervisors, demonstrating professionalism and self-assurance in managing workload and expectations. Because like when you set boundaries, you need to assess a little the field. You need to be like, okay, this I can do, this I cannot do. You need to have a clearer vision on what is achievable and what is not, and by setting boundaries, you are building some arguments. You're rationalizing. You are elaborating on your decision making. And when you elaborate on your decision making and expose the situation, talk about it to your supervisor or to your coworkers, then they see that you have a system, and so that you are very like on top, professional, like you know what you are doing and why you are doing it, or you just showcase that you think on from a distance about your work. that you take distance, sorry, on your work. And so therefore, if you take distance on your work, it means that you have perspective. And if you have perspective, it means that you are good at what you are doing, right? Or how people with perspective on what they are doing feels about when you talk about them, like when they can put things in context. How do you feel about them? Do you think they know their job, or do you think that they are incompetent? So it enhances respect from colleagues because you look professional, so you gain respect, right? Then, setting boundaries. It helps you to have a clearer communication. Establishing boundaries promotes transparency by setting expectations and preventing misunderstandings or conflict arising from blurred lines or unspoken assumptions. And now that she told this to me, I started thinking about yeah, she was just planting fear in my mind by pointing out a danger. She was like, "Oh, be safe on that." And now, from now on, then, I am distracted, and I am thinking, "Oh, perhaps somebody is gonna take it." Like somebody was coming there, and therefore, in my mind, I was anchored into thinking this. Anyway, and this is a form of harassment. It's like I am working right now with you. I am working. And she's interrupting work. She has been interrupting work. And this is on video right now. And you can see it. And you can see it. You saw her coming by. And you saw that I changed a little what I'm about to say. So, yeah. Enough of stalking myself on that and the explaining. This is called gaslighting. Or embedding. It can be seen from other perspective. So yeah, manipulative tactics. If you want to read more about it, I will put the links on of the LinkedIn articles down below, and you can look it up if this is something that interests you. Do not manipulate. This is only for losers. All right. Then it fosters professional growth to set boundaries because it encourages individuals to prioritize tasks, as with the Eisenhower matrix, as we've seen, to make choice, decision making, so prioritize tasks, to delegate effectively and say no when necessary, fostering personal and professional growth by focusing on high impact activities and opportunities. Now let's go about and all of this is especially the point number 1 about increased productivity. You have it in the book Boundaries for More, a compilation, a curation, a portfolio of 101 tips to set boundaries at work. I don't know if that came out right. But I said it. You can find it on Etsy and other marketplaces if by then we have expanded on other marketplaces than Etsy. So now, personally, setting boundaries. What advantages does it provide you? One, it improves your mental health. Two, emotional resilience. Three, self-care. And four, conflict resolution. It promotes conflict resolution. So let's go about improvement in mental health. When you set boundaries, you prevent yourself from feeling overwhelmed, resentful, or guilty. Also, it promotes a sense of agency, autonomy, and control. Because, yeah, when you set boundaries, like, no, you don't do that. And when you set a limit, then you're like, it's like you control your space, right? And this is what as well I am debunking. I told her no, and she was remaining here. She didn't move, you know? And this is overstepping boundaries, which is another brain. La 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 la, which is another manipulative technique. She remained there and she was like, no, I don't care about your boundaries. I am going to say what I have to say. And by overstepping the boundary, she was making me feel that she wanted me to feel that she was in control because she was not moving much. She was not fidgeting. She was just here and she was just like, I have something to tell you, and I will tell it to you. I won't move before I said it. Even though I said no. And this is overstepping boundaries. And as well, the fact that I was busy already doing something and like just barging in something like that can be considered as my intimate space instead of just passing by and like just tiptoeing around. She was just like up close to the computer, and she was saying her piece, which is to gaslight me as well at the same time, and to make me feel that I was not in control. So to breach my feeling of safety. This is good that she's done that. Go check the articles on manipulative tactics, because there are solutions for that. And understanding them is one part of the thing. It's like right now, it's like it just coming back, because as well, like I have attacks on my mind. I talk about it like in the other video, like some electromagnetic frequency attacks. Long story short, a stalker came in my life and invaded my privacy and my life, and starting to mess around with my IT and to mess around with my body as well and my entire life. And from then on, I started to contact the secret agencies. They didn't do anything. And so I had to talk about it openly to find protection. And right now, if I can talk to you that long and that clear, it means that protection has been found, because I wouldn't be able to talk for that long with that much clarity before if it was still going on. Like now it's the end, the very, very end. And to find this protection and for the end of this harassment to arrive, to come up, I had to expose so many things. including the secret services harassing me in return. And her being there is part of it. So I have proof for you to see that I'm not crazy. I mean, I am crazy, but not that kind of crazy. So yeah, this is good. This is amazing. Everything is turning in my favor. Anyway, anyhow. So yeah, instead of just protecting me and just not saying anything, they started just to put more pressure and to go against me, which put my life in danger, by the way. So it will be a good lawsuit about that. Yeah, big money for me. Yeah. Boundaries. The law is the way to put boundaries in motion, right? It's like this you can do, this you cannot do. That's the law. And if you don't want to respect that boundary, or jail. So this is it. Oh, and you see, I was feeling like a little. I had to take care about the conversation because she wouldn't let me have it otherwise, you know? And her presence was just somehow overwhelming my intention, you know? So here we have like the practical example that setting boundaries, it helps you not to arrive in this type of situation, not to feel overwhelmed. Okay, this is one major point of boundaries. And as well, like if you say, oh yes, I'm gonna do this, and then when you do it you feel like you just don't want to do the task, and then you start like feeling grumpy, and you start build up resentment against your friend or your loved one because they ask you to do something, and then you blame them then that they shouldn't ask in the first place. It means that you didn't assert your boundaries, and as a result you are now resentful to your loved one who asked you in the first place, hey, do you want to do that? And then you said yes, and then you are resentful against them. Being resentful against. I'm sorry, I'm not a native. There's still some grammatical points that I need to clear out. So yeah, this is as well why boundaries are important. It helps you to preserve relationships, you know, your loved one and yourself. It's not only about you. So then, emotional resilience. That's another aspect of setting boundaries that helps you personally. It shields you from negative behavioral patterns. You won't be manipulated, controlled, or negatively influenced by other actions or expectations. And now we can see that it serves very well the purpose. By setting boundaries, like she tried to get it into me, like get into like, and me, I was like, nope, you won't do that. And she still did. Well, I knew that she wanted to do this, and so I was like, no, you don't do that. And usually people, they do listen. Normal people, they listen, okay? So do this. Set your boundaries, all right? Then self-care. It prevents you from feeling exhausted or neglected, right? It makes sure that you prioritize what matters, your needs, emotions, and well-being. I think I don't need to clarify that one, and it's been like 40 minutes, and in my mind I'm like, this is too long. What are you doing? I'm talking to you right now. I hope you're still here. Put a sunflower in comment if you're still here. I'd be like, yeah, we did it. And so, yeah, we're gonna do it right now because it's the fourth one. Fourth advantage, conflict resolution with setting boundaries. It helps by providing a steady and defined foundation of discussion. Disagreements become more technical and less personal so that the mutually established limits protect from breaches of trust constructively and respectfully. Okay, I need to clarify on that one, I think, and this is the point I wanted to. This is the post it. The other aspect of the post it. The other idea. So, sometimes in conflict, like we feel that our identity is we are you, me, like we are, like your identity is wrong because you did that. Like sometimes we can feel that this is what the people say. It's like, why do you say that I'm all the time wrong? Why do you say that I didn't do enough? Like sometimes like we interpret the thing in a totally loose manner. Something is said and we hear the other thing. Like, for instance, if I tell you, please focus on that because it was a mistake, then you can be, or if you did a mistake after I ask you to focus on not doing the mistake, if that rise up in conflict because you did the mistake even though I told you not to do the mistake, then you can be like, why are you saying that I'm all the time wrong? And me, I would be like, no, this is just about the mistake right now, And so if, for instance, you tell me, please, let's not, how to say, tell me how you felt about it instead of pointing the mistake as if as if I was flawed, then it helps already, instead of being in this motion of why am I all the time wrong and diverting the topic into like, you think that I'm all the time wrong, which is not the topic, it's just the mistake. You put the conversation onto something that's closer. What did I say? I don't remember right now. But it's closer to the topic now, you see? So it helps in the conflict resolution because we are remaining closer to the topic instead of diverging to something that has nothing to do with it. It's not about your identity. It's about the mistake that has been done, right? And then it's like, perhaps I would be like, I wish I felt because you told me, please tell me how it made you feel. So I felt that you didn't listen to me. I felt overlooked. I felt ignored. And this hurt me when you overlook me that way. What I say. And as a result, I see that a mistake has been done, and then I feel frustrated about it. Like it's a totally different way. Like, because you try to put the boundary, it's a totally different approach than and outcome than being like driven into some beliefs about how you may feel about yourself, which could be wrong or right, you know? As in wrong or right, correct or not correct, factual, concrete or not factual and concrete, really happening or not really happening. And then it's like, because I'm talking about the way I feel, then you're like, oh, like instead of being in your feelings, you're like into my feelings. And then you understand better and you're like, oh, I'm sorry to make you feel, I didn't mean to make you feel that way. Like for me, when I heard that, in that moment, I still wanted to try my approach. Because beforehand, I knew that this was working. So I wanted to still do it, and I apologize not for not having communicated about it. You see, like it's like totally different conversation. You can feel it, no? So yeah, that's it. Well done to myself. Now I will wrap it up. I will not say the end of the text, and I will just encourage you to subscribe, especially if you're listening up to now, to like, especially if you're listening up to now. Feel free to follow me or Stalk Yourself on different platforms, as in Patreon, LinkedIn, or Medium, and X-Twitter as well. And yeah, share the love around. Well done for having listened to that video up to now. I love you as I love myself, and I love you and I love myself. We are learning to love together. We are learning to sharing love together. Let's care together. Let's grow together. And let's remember that together we care better, and better.